And when you're truly unhappy, you want to spread it. It's unhappiness is kind of like a disease.
Hurt
like,
people, hurt
misery
people.
loves company, right?
Yeah.
Hurt people. It's absolutely true.
But like the depression that would come from maybe a family member dying or something like that would be hard to deal with.
Well, completely. That's feeling depressed. I believe in that, absolutely. But I don't believe in having a clinical disease. I mean, losing a family member and being upset about it, that's absolutely not really healthy. Like, we've all been through that. But saying I now have a clinical disease, I don't know. I just don't understand this link where they're saying that you feel sad because of a scenario and that's now somehow a disease.
I think it comes down to self-discipline too, because I know a lot of people that are just, it's pathetic. They just don't have self-discipline, and at any level. But there's levels to self-discipline. But I feel like that's where real happiness comes from, is self-discipline. I'm going to go on this fucking run in the morning. I don't really want to, but I know I'm going to fucking get this high from it. I'm going to eat a healthy breakfast. I'm going to start the day right, and that's going to carry on. I think for me, I heard you say one time too, and I don't know if it was serious or if I took it out of context, but waking up and grabbing your phone first thing in the morning, you open to the portal. Yep. Do you believe that?
Oh, 100%.
For me, I believe in starting your day off a little slower. I hit a 10-minute morning meditation every morning. Yep. I go outside, get my sunlight, hydrate with some water, and take a good amount of time before I look at my phone. That's just how I have to operate, because for me, I look at my phone first thing. I can feel like anxiety kind of.
And it's anxiety, and you're right. And it's deciding the reality you want, and you're completely true about the anxiety. So like, if I was still pro fighting, it'd be different. Yeah. Now my life, even now, I'll admit, my life is an anxious life. Like I have. Smartphones as a whole and social media as a whole, to a degree, are poison, man. Like I am absolutely not really a phone addict, and I wake up in the morning and it takes me 3 hours to clear my WhatsApp messages, and I need it clear in my brain. It has to be empty. So I wake up and it's just like, oh, fuck you, block, fuck you, okay, fuck you, and you're just and I need it clear, and I have to go through it all, and it's the key to my success, right? Like, I'm now sitting on a $500 million empire or whatever, but it is work, and it is anxiousness. And even when you're driving your nice car, your phone's going off and you're like, oh, what's on the phone? And part of you wants to stop and check it. It is mind poison. I can't deny it's mind poison, but it's also super useful, and it can be done. And
it's business too. It is.
Do you have a form of meditation type shit that you do or not?
That's the one thing I miss most about fighting, because it's the only time your mind's completely clear from everything else, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fighting is meditation.
Yeah.
That's the only 100%. Time you're not thinking about anything else.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, even if you're driving a car, man, I'm at the point, even if I'm fucking a bitch, I'm thinking about something
else. Fucking another bitch.
Like, you know what? It's work to do. You know, like, it's only fighting. I love driving as well. I've become, since I've retired, or since I've stopped fighting, I've become a car addict. So I have like 28 supercars. I like racing around tracks and stuff. Or I live in, one of the primary reasons I live in Eastern Europe is because it's amazing to drive.
Well, and it's something like fighting is such a scary thing. Driving fast is also puts you in that flow, because you can't really be.
You can't make mistakes.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So I like to play chess, but I struggle to focus for long games. I play slower games, but. Yeah, to a degree, it's all about discipline. And what you said earlier about happiness is so utterly, completely true. The whole idea of happiness, I think, has been misconstrued to the populace, especially to men. And this is why so many people label themselves as unhappy, because they're trying to find that giddish, childish happiness they had when they were a child for basically no reason. And I don't think it works that way. I think as a man, the only way you're going to be happy is if you do shit you don't want to do.
Yeah.
You have to make yourself happy by looking at a mountain and going, fuck's sake. And then getting to the top and going, thank God that's done.
Yeah.
There's no other way to do it. You're not just going to be happy by default. You have to go through pain, and if you're not prepared to go through pain, you're not going to be happy.
Yeah.
And it's also the way you label yourself. Like, I truly am, like I said, I don't believe in things that take power away from me. And people wake up and go, oh, I'm not happy today or otherwise. I believe happy can be quite binary. Instead of looking at it as a scale, I think unless you're distraught, unless you're genuinely about to cry your eyes out because of loss of a family member or something, unless you're distraught, which hopefully doesn't happen very often, then you're happy. You may be slightly less happy than the other